This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for July 6, 2023, U.S. resident drowned hours after landing in Jamaica. A U.S. resident who arrived in Jamaica on Wednesday morning reportedly drowned hours later while swimming in a river in Clarendon. He has been identified as 54-year-old Leroy Hill, otherwise called Tony, a welder from Auburn in New York. Information reaching the news is that Hill and his wife arrived at Norman Manley International Airport on a flight from New York around 2:27 a.m. It is understood that sometime close to midday, he reportedly drove a motor car to Sutton River in Sutton District in Clarendon with a female friend. Police said the two reportedly went into the river and Hill got into difficulties. Residents, after several attempts, rescued him from the water in an unconscious state and tried to revive him. The residents also reportedly tried to access the same motor car he drove there to transport him to the hospital, but this proved futile. The police were summoned and on their arrival saw the lifeless body of the now deceased lying on its back, covered with bushes about 60 feet from the river. He was clad in black underpants, no shirt, and a gold chain around his neck. The residents informed the police that with their efforts to revive him being futile, they covered the body with bushes as it was in the sun. The scene was processed and the body removed. The Chapelton police are probing the incident. Serial rapist Davian Bryan gets 25 years for raping college student in Portland. Serial rapist and abductor Davian Bryan, who abducted and raped 3 girls in St. Thomas in 2021, was on Tuesday sentenced to a maximum of 25 years imprisonment for another kidnapping and a sexual assault of a female, this time a college student, in the neighboring parish of Portland. Bryan pleaded guilty in the Portland Circuit Court late last month to forcible abduction, grievous sexual assault, and rape in relation to the incident on March 10, 2022. He was sentenced Tuesday to 9 years and 3 months imprisonment on count 1 of forcible abduction, 16 years and 9 months on count 2 of grievous sexual assault, and 25 years on count 3 of rape. The judge ordered that he should serve 18 years before being eligible for parole. Reports are that about 5:30 a.m. on Thursday, March 10, 2022, the complainant, a second-year student at a tertiary institution in Portland, was abducted by Bryan as she walked on campus. He reportedly forcibly brought the complainant to bushes and told her his name was Dwayne, the man from St. Thomas who killed people, before raping her. The accused reportedly also threatened to stab her if she refused further overtures before further sexually assaulting her. The complainant subsequently escaped and reported the matter. On March 23, 2022, Bryan was apprehended by the police in Durham Gap District in Portland and on caution, reportedly said Officer Ammi. In October of 2021, Bryan abducted a 9-year-old girl at a knife point in Bath, St. Thomas. Days later, he abducted a 13-year-old girl from the same community before kidnapping a 3rd girl. In May of this year, Bryan pleaded guilty to 12 counts of rape, grievous sexual assault, and forcible abduction in relation to the St. Thomas incidents and was sentenced to a maximum of 8 years and a maximum of 23 years on all 12 counts. Family property brawl lands 2 female relatives in court for wounding relative. A family feud over property landed 2 female relatives before the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday for inflicting machete wounds on a male relative. Crystal Lee Thorpe and Cheryl Allen made a brief appearance before presiding Parish Judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley on charges of unlawful wounding and assault at a common law. According to the prosecution, on June 11 around 7:30 a.m., all parties were involved in a dispute over the property on which they live. During the brawl, both women allegedly used a machete to chop the complainant all over his body. The complainant was also beaten on his index finger, the court heard. During Wednesday's hearing, presiding Judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley asked the women if the issue was a long-standing feud, and they both said yes. Is it about land? The judge asked. The problem concerns the premises where we live in now, Thorpe replied. The women did not say whether the property had been left by a deceased relative, but the judge ordered that all parties attend the restorative justice sessions to try and resolve their differences. Smith Ashley subsequently extended the women's bail until August 31. Montego Bay chef caught on camera stealing frozen food. A chef's attempt to steal frozen food from a Montego Bay restaurant backfired after he was caught on camera and confronted, preventing him from taking the items out of the establishment. Lincoln Cranston, 30, was arraigned in the St. James Parish Court on a charge of simple larceny before presiding Judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley on Wednesday. The allegations are that on June 9, an employee at the Pier 1 restaurant on Jimmy Cliff Boulevard noticed an odor coming from the bathroom and reported it to the supervisor. When they went to investigate, they discovered a larger quantity of shrimp, nuggets, and pork hidden inside the bathroom. The security camera was viewed, and the Cranston, a chef employed by the establishment, was seen taking the items out and hiding them in the bathroom. The total value of the items was $72,000. Cranston was later made aware of the situation, and he confessed to the crime, resulting in his arrest. During Wednesday's hearing, the court was informed that some of the items had been recovered, valued at $32,000, and could be used. However, Cranston was still liable for $40,000. Mr. Cranston, do you have the money to compensate them for their loss? Smith Ashley asked the accused man. I need a little more time, Cranston replied, requesting another week. The judge granted the defendant's request for a week, postponing sentencing until July 13 and ordering him to bring $40,000 as per the restitution order. His bail was extended. Police to keep close watch on events amid reports of teen taking drugs. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson says that the police are keeping a close watch on events this summer amid reports that teenagers are being introduced to illicit drugs at parties. Speaking Tuesday at a Jamaica Constabulary Force press briefing, Commissioner Anderson urged parents to monitor the movement of their children over the summer break.
We're now in that summer period. A number of our children will be out of school, as a matter of fact, the majority of them, and under reduced supervision as parents go out to work. It is important that parents and guardians know what their children are doing at home, both on and offline, and also what happens when they attend parties and other social events. We are seeing a growing trend involving the sale and use of recreational drugs, such as Molly or ecstasy at these events. We urge parents to discourage the use of these drugs whilst we address the criminal aspects of this matter.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.